When was the last time you did a skills inventory? Skill inventories help us keep track of the many skills we've acquired over our lifetime. If you're unsure where you should start with your skills inventory, stick around because this video is for you. Hi, I'm Keisha Golder, and today we are talking how to identify your skills, what transferable skills are, and how to develop skills in your current situation. Stick around. Contrary to what you may believe, we all have a ton of skills. It's just up to each person to take the time to identify them. How can you identify your skills? Sit down with a pen and a piece of paper and literally go through everything that you know how to do, whether you're good at it or bad at it. Because I'm not saying that all the skills on the list need to be skills that we're good at. They can also be skills that we need to develop. Where do we find or where do we gain skills throughout our lifetime? We gain skills through school, work, extracurricular activities, hobbies, from reading. We gain skills through just about anything that we participate in our regular lives. Some of these skills are useful to us for a lifetime. Some of the skills that we gain are just useful to us in the moment. But we are always gaining skills, whether we look at them as skills or not. A second way that you can identify your skills is through a skill assessment. I can only speak for myself, but I'm quite sure many of you out there have also taken skills assessments in school. You answer a bunch of questions and they give you a type of career that will be best suited based upon your answers to the questions. The good thing about skills assessments is that there are a large variety of skill assessments, and most of them can be found free online. When you're doing the step of identifying your skills, it's very important to be honest with yourself. And sometimes you may need to enlist the help of family or friends because they often see things in us that we necessarily do not identify as skills. So, my suggestion is that you do your list first. Put down everything that you can think of. Then ask your mom, your sister, your grandparents, whomever, to list out the skills that they believe that you have. Compare the two. And if it's things on their list that's not on yours, add them to yours. I'm quite sure you can fill up a page or more with skills, and some of them you don't even realize that you have. Now that you've taken the time to identify all of your skills, let's go back over your list and identify the skills that are transferable, meaning they can go with you to any job or any situation that you may be in. The top 5 transferable skills as of right now are initiative, planning, teamwork, communication, and problem solving. Yes, these are the top 5 skills that, as long as you have these, you will be good in any job. We all know what initiative is: doing your work without being told, and also trying to find other ways to help out without people asking. This skill is important because it means that you are a self starter. You are able to get things done without waiting to be directed. Planning is an important skill because you know how to put the important tasks first and to limit distractions so that you are able to complete each task as they are on your schedule. Of course, in any situation, teamwork is great because it allows you to get other perspectives as well as share your perspective and come up with a solution to whatever it is that you're doing as a whole. I personally I have the skill of teamwork, but growing up in school, I hated it simply because there's always someone on the team who doesn't want to do the work. But over the years, I've learned that I cannot let one person spoil an experience for me. As long as I am doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing, then I'm going to be fine. The next skill, communication, is important in every aspect of life. And it's just simply making sure that you can get your ideas and thoughts across clearly so that other people can understand you. Think about it. You need communication in your everyday life, not just in a job. You need to be able to communicate your thoughts and feelings in your relationships with your friends, family members, significant others. You need to be able to communicate your thoughts and feelings even when you go to the store and you have to speak to someone. Communication is very high on the list. And the last skill of problem solving is important because you cannot wait for someone to just hand you the solution. You have to be ready to do whatever it takes to solve the problems as they arise. And that just means that you listen to the problem, you are able to identify the problem, and then are able to identify and execute whatever solutions you come up with to that problem. Transferable skills will take you far, but you also make sure that you have other skills to support those transferable skills. Now that we have identified your skills, we've talked about transferable skills, let's talk about developing skills and acquiring new skills in your current situation. So, you have a job, you have the skills, but they are not where you want them to be for your particular job. How can you develop them? The easiest way I would say develop them is to volunteer for things that you normally would not do, but may have the skills for. Not saying that the skills are great, but you have the skill set. So you volunteer to do the assignments. And when you volunteer, you are gaining or developing the skills that you're using that you normally would not use. I know we've all heard the same, use it or lose it. That is really what it is here. You are using a skill that is normally under wraps, lock and key, that you have no use for. And now you're using it, so you are developing it, you're growing it, you're making sure that you are grooming it to be to the level that you want it to be. Another way is to shadow a person on your job who is doing something that you want to do, whether it's develop the skill or either acquire a new skill. Shadowing a person allows you to actually see how they utilize that skill on a daily basis. It also allows you to see how to develop the skill once you gain it. Another way that I enjoy and that I've found is so useful, especially now since we're online so much, is you have websites, Udemy, you have Google that offers a lot of certifications. There are so many ways to gain skills and develop skills online, and you don't even have to leave your house. And some of them are free or little cost. I've always said I'm a forever student. I will always continue to find ways for either learning a new skill or developing the skills that I have. I can honestly say that I am online, either reading books or taking courses so that I keep developing myself. I keep broadening my horizon. And no, it's not for everyone, but I particularly enjoy it. And it helps me in the long run because whatever I decide to do, I'm going to take the time to develop the skill for it. And I know where to go to get the skills that I may need. Developing skills and acquiring skills is a process that starts with knowing what you already have. Once you know what you already had, it is easy for you to figure out what you need to be able to perform in your job or find your purpose. Will the skills that you have today be the skills that you need 6 months from now? Chances are the answer will be no, because we grow and we develop as people, and our interests and purposes do change over time. But as long as you know how to develop your skills and acquire new ones, you'll always be 10 steps ahead. Take a second and tell me about a skill that you are constantly developing and why you choose to continue to develop that skill. Leave it in the comment section below. You know, as always, I will read it, and I'll see you guys next video.